have to take that
Mm-hmm.
that drastic of a step. We're not doing huge content changes anymore anyway, so I don't think that we'll
Yeah.
be doing Apex again for
Yeah,
anything like
HMC, that
that.
is the simplest way and the easy process. Yeah, we can do
Yep.
directly changes. Mhm.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. So okay. Okay. So we can probably move this now. So this is entry Migo. We kind of just did that. So we all understand what needs to be changed and what's being changed. Um, okay, Ali, give us a sense of what this, how many story points we're going to add to this.
I would
Is this
say,
like a one pointer,
yeah,
2 pointer?
maybe
What do you
two,
think?
I guess.
I think one or two is fine. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay, we'll leave it as two.
Brad, could you tag Micah too, just in case if I couldn't get hold of him, um, just for so he can just look at it too, just in case.
Um, Tag him for what?
So you're saying the content management, right? So I will try to connect with him, but just in case, I think he has. If he gets chance, he probably will be able to look at it too.
Okay, what do you want him to look at?
Just to verify if reminder program that the areas that we are updating, that it looks according to what he has visioned, basically.
Okay, move it back here then.
While even Amanda Lawrence can help you out on this if you're struggling to reach out to content page.
Amanda.
Yes, Amanda Lawrence.
Okay.
All right, so we'll wait for Micah to answer that question before we can move it. Let's move on to 174.
Yeah, this one I updated the acceptance criteria. So this was based on the buy box that we have the other card previously that we completed. So I just wanted to double check that this is related to this specific item because what I saw that Mike is mentioning that is related to this particular item. Um, so if it is, then we are okay. But if he is saying in general for buy box, then uh, maybe I have to add another statement for the acceptance criteria.
Okay. Um, okay, so reorder limits in the comments below. Reorder limits should mirror comparable products. Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that it should.
Okay, if you have the reorder quantity, I think we are good to go, Brad.
What's that?
if he provided the order quantity, I think we are good to go. We can pull this
Yeah,
into the sprint, or we can make it as a ready for that.
yeah. We're pushing towards that. I just want to make sure that we're clear about the acceptance criteria. So, let's see. Given a user viewing the CGM sensor buy box. So, I think um, to write the acceptance criteria should be more in the form of given a user in a current state when they do a thing, instead of we're kind of cramming the given and when into the given in this part. Um, so just thinking about the different scenarios that we know that we want to cover. We want to cover when we're writing these kind of statements. We want to cover the different scenarios for the different user types, and what they're going to encounter. So we have an unregistered or an unauthenticated user and an authenticated user. And for the authenticated user, we're going to have this is the first time they're ordering this, and then we also have this is the they've ordered before. So that's three distinct scenarios. So that would mean that we have three distinct acceptance criteria.
Okay.
So three different given when thens.
So this is okay. So I just want to double check if it's not particular to this item, um, based on his description. It's only pointing to this item SKU number.
Right. So it is specific
Okay.
to this item, but it is also a unauthenticated user views the item. What's the behavior? An authenticated user that hasn't ordered before views the item. What's the behavior? And then an authenticated user has ordered the item before and views the product. What's the behavior? So these are three distinct scenarios that can be configured for products.
Okay. I'll update that.
Yeah, and you can work with Dheeraj to clarify how that all works, and look at the previous products that are mentioned in the cards. That you can go through that process and see, like, okay, here's the difference. Here's how the buy box actually works. Like here's what shows up in there given these different scenarios.
Okay.
And when you write the acceptance or rewrite the acceptance criteria, you can reform it so that it's given a user is like this. When the user does this, then this thing happens. That's the format of the given when then.
All right.
And if you have to add like additional parts to that, just to clarify, you can use and statements within there.
Mm-hmm.
So given a user is logged in and they have ordered before this product before, that's a good given statement.
Okay.
If you need help clarifying that, just reach out to me or to Ram or Alicia, anybody,
Sure, Brad.
and we can walk through them.
I'll just get get hold of Dheeraj, and then we can just double check, and then I'll add it.
Okay, I'll put that in here. Okay. Okay, Dheeraj, if you want to take a crack at the dev design in advance of getting the acceptance criteria, since we have done one of these before, so you can just put it onto the description of the card. That would be reasonable.
Sure thing.
Okay. Okay. So go to these next. Okay. Okay, what was the next step on this? We did our working session. I think I was looking for an update of our
हमने इसको
last
चला लें आप
refinement.
अब थोड़ा सा ऊपर बंद नहीं
Okay,
करने
Deers,
होगा
I don't think that you were on for that one. Is there anything
Okay,
with
sir.
this that you need help on?
Yes, sir. So Anjali and Vamsi are currently validating the firewall rules on the backend. I think probably they will update the card by tomorrow.
Okay. Can you put that as a comment in here so that
Yes,
everybody knows
sure
what's
thing.
going on, what to expect? All right, cool. Cool. So let's see, what's this one? I think you were going to do some more investigation into alternative method to do this.
Yes, sir. So I found a way of creating a separate system default, just like we did for a hybris service, and run that as a service rather
Okay.
than adding those options to the UTC FXF file. I'm not sure this is gonna work, but I gave a sense of hint to Vamshi and Nandini since they were keen interested in taking up this card. But since we switched off the staged instances, I tasked them to utilize this opportunity on Devon 2 instance.
Okay. Okay. Can you give a summary on the card of what you're doing
Okay.
and then any
I'm gonna update them.
any evidence that you show that shows that it works and we can move forward with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And feel free to, if you update the card and you think that it's sufficient where it is, that we can move to the next step. We don't have to wait for this meeting to move on to testing that. Like if we have the business analysis, they're like, okay, we know what we're going to do, so let's move forward and talk about how we're going to test it, how we're going to. All right. Let's see. I pulled this one in. Okay. What am I going to do? Okay, so I think it's fine to move this one. Kind of move this one at the last minute last time. So I'm going to take this as an action item. Let's see. I will verify dark lists, groups, mailboxes exist. And then create a list items to forgot that we had this one, the Archer issues. Alicia and I met with Sean about this. Oh, nice. At least you snuck this in.
Just put it in there. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so this was from an email.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know that it helps too much because I don't think that anybody remembers, but that's the documentation that we just need to assign to that ticket to be able to close it.
Okay. Remove those local accounts with remote capability. Just listening that didn't work. I sort of remember this, and I got like a curt response that because nobody can log in with a password with these. There's just like there's an SSH key for them that only exists in Jenkins key repository. So like a person can't go and copy it and download it unless they have access to the Jenkins key repository. Okay. Thanks. All right, I'll have to follow up on this. Right here. All right, so that's still blocked until we can finish it out. Although, yeah. We'll have to break this one off. Oh, locked in. Okay, we'll probably end up doing that. I'll try to update this later today, so we can get the flag off of it, and then we'll have something at least we can work on next time. Okay. All right. Anything else anybody wants to talk about or comment on? Did anybody see the eclipse yesterday?
It was very cool.
Yeah, it really was. I kept on saying that I take back everything I said about it before.
Yes,
because
everybody would agree. I was like, "What's such a big deal?" With Bobby and I kept saying to her, like, "Why is it such a big deal? Like, calm down." And then when we watched it, all of us were like, "Wow, this is like super cool."
Yeah, yeah.
Is it anything new? Sorry, I missed. Yesterday was on leave. Yeah. What was the discussion about eclipse?
Yeah, so.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought I'm thinking hybris for eclipse device.
Oh, yeah, no. No.
Sorry.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not the IDE. So in Northeast Ohio, we were in the path of totality. Especially where I live, we kind of just like the neighborhood basically went out into the cul-de-sac and watched the whole thing. But as it was leading up to the totality, it was you could see through the glasses like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's starting to disappear, and then the moon's gonna cover it, and then as soon as that last little piece of sun blinkered out, it was completely different. Everything changed, and take off the glasses and see that thing. Like that was amazing. So I think I'll remember that the rest of my life.
Yeah, it was very cool. And what I thought was cool was how cold it got when that there it was there, and then like it got warmer. The sun came back. It was just crazy to like feel that difference.
Yep, yep. And not just, I mean, the warmth and the light from the sun with just a sliver of it showing was crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was very cool.
Cool, cool. All right. Guess that's it for us today. Thanks everybody for participating.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Thanks everyone.